Hello everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart84. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me okay. Now I'm going to have a little investigation today of the problems with two of my Jujubes. I'm only going to video one of them. Now basically I've got two Lee and two Lang, or at least I had two Lee and two Lang, but then last summer one of the Lees and one of the Langs just decided to, they started out growing in June, breaking out into bud, and then within a very short period of time the shoots started to turn a sort of a black colour and die back, and continued to die back until about August. They had no green shoots on them at all. Now I've kept the plants. There seems to be, when I give them a little scrape on the stems, there's a little bit of green under the stem still, so I don't think they're completely dead, but there's obviously some kind of serious problem going on here. Now, Jujubes don't particularly like wet feet, and I have a feeling the problem is, I felt these pots last summer, I felt them now. This small pot weighs an absolute ton. I mean, I can barely lift it off the ground. So I think that what's happened is they've become completely waterlogged and effectively drowned the plant. So I thought, as they're now dormant and we're in January, the best thing to do would be an investigate on the two worst plants. I'm going to repot the others because I think they'll go the same way anyway, but I thought what we'd do is have a quick look on video and take this out the pot if I can, and see, I mean, the soil, I think I put a lot of sand in it, which would explain the weight, but it's definitely completely waterlogged because we haven't had an awful amount of rain, and I'm fairly sure that that has been what's caused the problems with the plant. It's root damage, just rather like some of my tropicals. They can suffer from root issues if they become completely waterlogged and the soil becomes anaerobic, particularly as Jujubes do like a warmer climate. Now the graft is here, and it does seem to have green growth above the graft, so what I thought I might do is perhaps take about a third of the growth off, knowing that this might well still be alive, and give the roots a fresh open compost. What I've done is I bought a very lightweight, very high quality lightweight fibrous compost here. This is super light. I'm going to mix that about 50-50 with perlite to try and keep it free draining, and see if we can rejuvenate these. Now I don't know yet if I'm going to have to completely remove all the soil from the roots. What I'm going to do is put another pot here so that I can empty the soil into it. So let's see if I can get this out of its pot at all. Break the stem if I can help it. Okay, right, well that answers that question, I would say. Right, it's a very heavy, not a particularly well established root system considering the size of the pot. They're very fibrous, very brown looking, the roots. I mean, being as it is a deciduous plant, Jujubes don't like to have their roots disturbed too much, but really and truthfully this was a bare root tree. I think I've had this 2 years now, and really the root system's very underdeveloped, so I think that the soil has been completely unsuitable for the plant and effectively it's drowned. So what I'm planning to do is, I think it'll go back in the same size pot, to be honest. There's no real point putting it in a different pot. I'm going to take a little bit off the roots still look alive, so I don't know the exact reason for the dieback, but certainly what's come out of the pot is extremely heavy and dense, and I think that the the roots have become completely starved of oxygen. But it does look as if there's hope for this plant yet. I'm going to plant it a little bit shallower as well, because I'm worried that the stem might have been damaged slightly. So all I'm going to do is just take a little bit of take some of the fine ends off these roots, make it a little bit more manageable. It shouldn't do any harm, and it may encourage new roots to grow. Just very light root pruning. Hopefully it won't be too terminal for the plants. These fine roots should recover fairly quickly if the plant's not actually too far gone. And what I'm also going to do is, my bad, only 3 drain holes in this pot. Don't know, I think it's because I put a load of heavy shale in the bottom of the pot. I naively thought that that would probably give it enough drainage, but that is nowhere near enough drainage for a plant that likes a dry soil. So I'm now going to add, I'm going to make the holes marginally bigger, because it's so easy for those holes to become blocked up. I don't need to wash the roots off because the soil's pretty much fallen off them. Okay, one more in the middle for good luck. Now the downside of drilling these pots with a lot of holes in the bottom is it does tend to weaken the bottom of the pot a little bit. But you can now see I've got in what I consider to be a suitable amount of drainage holes for this Jujube. So. Now this particular one is a Lee, so I am hopeful that I can save it. Right, push that down firmly. I haven't put any fertilisers in because I don't want to risk damaging the roots. To take the stress off the roots, I hope it's going to work. To take the stress off the roots, I'm going to take off about I'm going to take the plant down about 1/3. Now I've no idea if this is going to be successful. I'm going to move this aluminium label lower down as well, because I like to keep these aluminium labels on as well. I'm going to put this lower down. And where I've cut it off still looks green inside, but I think that what happened last summer is the roots became completely drowned and couldn't take moisture up anymore, so the top of the plant died off. Now I've had that happen with avocados, mangoes and all sorts of citrus in particular, very prone to getting dieback on the top growth when the roots have been compromised and you don't know what's going on, and gradually the stems turn black and die back. But this now, I could lift this pot up with one hand easily, whereas before I couldn't even lift it off the floor. So I'm going to do the same process with my Lang that died back last summer, and I think, to be honest, I'm probably going to repot the I think I'll repot the two healthier ones as well, although I shouldn't have to cut them back because I think they're going to be suffering from the same problem. So that's a rescue attempt on my Lee, and obviously come about June when they're meant to start growing, I'll know whether or not I've succeeded in saving the plant or not, and you'll have to wait till about June to see an update video. So thanks for watching. Please remember to give me a thumbs up. I'm not even going to water this because this soil is lightly damp and we're going to bound to get lots of rain here in winter, so I don't think I'll bother watering it. I want the roots to stay on the dry side. So thumbs up, share the video if you think anyone might be interested. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell if you'd like to get updated on new videos as they come out. I'll see you all soon. Brett out for now.